There's one major problem that each political party suffers from that I think is one of the worst problems each party suffers from. And they're different problems. The Democrats tend to have a problem learning from their mistakes. Oh, we're not going to go after these Republicans, even though they went after us. We want to look forward, not backwards. They won't do it again. And then the Republicans literally do it again every time. I think that's one of the biggest problems of the Democratic Party. But at least they're willing to admit they've made mistakes and they've had problems, right? The Republicans, on the other hand, their big problem is that they don't think they've ever made a mistake. So it's not only that they don't learn from their mistakes, it's that they won't even admit that they've made one. And Kristi Noem, right now, Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, is doubling down on her biggest mistake so far and refusing to admit that there is a mistake at all. She announced this weekend on Fox News, talking to Maria Bartiromo, that the United States was going to have a, quote, surge in federal agents going to Minnesota because things are working out so well for ICE in Minnesota, right? I mean, no problems at all. Smooth sailing through calm seas. It's not like we just came off a weekend where we had tens of thousands of people protesting ICE because of what they've done in Minnesota to Renee Good. No. Noem says we need more. And she is willing to continue to defend their horrific behavior. Here is what Noem said. We're sending more officers today and tomorrow. They'll arrive, there'll be hundreds more in order to allow our ICE and our Border Patrol individuals that are working in Minneapolis to do so safely. If they conduct violent activities against law enforcement, if they impede our operations, that's a crime, and we will hold them accountable to those consequences. Unfortunately, when you don't have the partnership of the city, Mayor Frey and Governor Walz have been very clear they're going to continue their rhetoric. They're going to continue to put criminals and corrupt illegal aliens above the people that live in that city and in that state. They've said they're not going to help us. So we're going to make sure we protect our officers, but that we also follow through on making sure those criminals are brought to justice. I'll remind everyone that every single thing that I've said has been factual about what's going on in Minneapolis, what's been going on in Minnesota, and with the incident that we had where we had a tragic loss of life. Where are these violent criminals, right? Where are these Somali fraudsters? You guys have been in Minnesota for quite some time now. Okay, it's been a day and a half since you sent hundreds more there. We have seen video after video after video after video of these ICE officers in Minneapolis and all over Minnesota. I haven't seen one where they're actually bringing out somebody who's, a fraudster or a violent criminal. And I think that's the point that everybody needs to really start thinking about. Where are those videos? Where's the grand announcement from Kristi Noem coming out and talking to the press saying, ladies and gentlemen, we got them? You know, those Somali fraudsters that allegedly ripped the state off for $9 billion over the last 9 years? Because that's the time frame and that's the amount. And you've got thousands of agents there now. Where's the fraudsters, right? Where's that big announcement? It's almost like you guys have been making the whole thing up since the beginning, right? It's almost like that little YouTuber who came out and did that little video was full of it because there is no evidence. There are no arrests. There's no documentation of any of this actually taking place. The fraud occurred, sure, but pinning it on migrants, that hasn't panned out so well for this administration now, has it? And Noem has the audacity to come out there and say that everything she has said about Minnesota, Minneapolis, the Somali immigrants, and of course Renee Good, everything she said is factually accurate. That's the biggest lie that Noem has ever told. Literally everything she said has been a lie. Everything. But She's gaslighting us, making us think we're the crazy ones, not her. And this is what we get as a result. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.